which is really, really cool because we moved. We moved into the historical district in Dayton. It's really nice older houses. And it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool because this park that I'm walking in now, 60, 70 years ago, my dad used to play football in this here apartment. Now looks like they've added some tree and some hill to it. He said, I was showing it to him. I was like, how'd you play this football in this? He said it wasn't there. So they must have added them. I don't know how old these trees are and stuff. But he knows it right, because this library right across the way, this is one of the famous Carnegie libraries. Andrew Carnegie, who very wealthy in the steel business. He donated all kinds of money to be sure to build libraries across the nation. And when we lived in Manitou Springs, there was one there too. And they say that these things are haunted. I know that the one at Manitou Springs, we had the contract to do the nighttime cleaning of that building, and I did not like going in there. I did not like going in there at all. So I would have to bring Nicole with me for that one. And this is the older part of town, so I don't know what. I don't know what we're going to do with the landlord. I'm just so done with it. After the guy, we had some electrical problems going on with the mobile home that I bought. And I was just going to get it fixed, get the electrical problems fixed. I got some back pay from Social Security, and that's one of the things I wanted to do with my back pay, was be sure the house is good and safe. So I called an electrician out, and he looks over the house, and I figured it's going to cost me a couple $1,000s. He's like, no, it's not your problem. The problem's at the pole. But anyways, I tell this to the property manager. He tells me I'm full of shit, and his electrician looked at it, and then I get a hold of his electrician, and his electrician tells me he's full of shit, that he told him that the whole area out there, it was just dangerous, period. So, since I brought that to his attention and the attention of the Department of Commerce and the Department of AES and the Fire Marshal and the City of Dayton Fire Department, of course, he decided not to renew my lease, which I didn't consider that, because he's not allowed to retaliate. But when it comes to renewal of lease, he's not evicting us. So, he didn't renew the lease, which meant that by July the 5th, we needed to be out. So I got my shit together, got us a nicer place, actually, a lot bigger, 4 bedrooms, in the historical district, which I like a lot because I like older things that are still in good shape, which the house is. But anyways, so he sends me this thing saying that I owe him $732 for the lot payment and the utilities for the month of July. And I'm like, I don't know, you can kiss my ass, all that. But I went back and looked at the lease. I don't know. I really needed to get a good lawyer, and this part of real estate law is kind of tricky. But I looked at the lease, and he can most definitely just end the lease. Didn't have to give any reason. But according to the lease that I signed with him, he's going to do it in 60 days. He's got to give a 60-day notice. He only gave a 30-day notice. All I'm interested in is if I could just clear this whole thing up. I would just say, dude, give me back what I paid for the trailer, and that's it. No bullshit. Okay, it's a business deal, didn't work out. Fine. Why argue about it? Why try and rip me off more? But what he can do, in the state of Ohio, if you're evicted from a mobile home park, if you're evicted, you don't take your mobile home with you. Your landlord, the property owner, he can actually go in and file for an abandoned title on it, but you have to be evicted. And it's kind of tricky because our lease states clearly that you have to leave the mobile home in the park even if you own it. And the way they advertise stuff, if you call Dayton Estates, there's a recording there that says the mobile home must stay in the park. So if he doesn't renew the lease and you're not allowed to take the mobile home, then who gets the money that you paid for the mobile home? So I don't know. I'm willing to just take a fucking loss at this point. This guy, he's something else, man. People used to say that I scam this and I scam that. I ran into a scammer. This guy scams. He wants you to pay off your trailer so he can find a reason to get you out, and then he can just keep your trailer because you have to leave it in the home, in the park. It says it right in the lease. Anyways, I'm gonna go up to this Carnegie. That's just me venting a little bit. That sounds like a Camaro, but that's a Silverado. If anybody doesn't, if you watch Amari King, you know what a Silverado is. You gotta watch Amari King. He is hilarious. Very hilarious. Anyways, I'm digging moving. That's for sure. I wanted to stay there, just keep making the home nicer and nicer, which we were. But I run into this guy. These guys, Vinny G would say. Is he still alive? Is Vinny G still alive? Or what do you do? I heard he stuck his dick in an electrical outlet and blew his balls off. Early Saturday morning. But this is one of them Carnegie libraries, and we live just down the street from it, around the corner. It never really wasn't part of the Dayton Public Library, even though it says that. Just like any old city, though, wherever you have beauty, like this well-built building right here, wherever you have beauty, you also have shit like this. Hold on temporarily. You hear me, but you can't see me. You have been temporarily disconnected. You know more about Mr. Heater? 1875. Ugh. Happy birthday. Bye.